Okay guys, so I finally did it. I did it. I was influenced enough. I saw it in my face enough that I bought the Wonderskin Blading All Day Lip Stain. I know there's a ton of videos about this out there on the internet. I'm aware. I know I am late to the party. It's been around for years, but now it's for sale at Sephora. So I feel like since it's a little more mainstream, more people are gonna have access to it, why not throw my opinion out there on it, because I'm sure you're curious. Did you know that they make two different kinds? Like a few years ago, my sister-in-law was telling me about the one that's the peel off one. It's the Wonderskin Blading Peel and Reveal Lip Stain. And mine that I got is the Wonderskin Blading All Day Lip Stain. You don't peel this off, it just wipes off. You only have one product. You're not going over it with a second anything or other, but they both leave that blue color across your lips, and then you either peel that or wipe it off once it dries, and you're left with lips that are supposed to be stained the color of your choice for the rest of the day. It's supposed to be food proof, liquid proof, kissing proof, whatever else you're putting your mouth on proof, and I was finally sold into trying it. So I asked the internet, what is the difference between that peel and reveal one and this all day lip stain that I actually got? And the internet says the peel and reveal allows you to put a bright blue mask that's... This is not a good comparison. I don't know, honestly. I've searched. The internet says they're both basically doing the same thing. You peel one off and the other one you wipe off. I got mine in the shade Lovely. There are numerous shades that I thought were really, really pretty, and I actually had a really hard time narrowing it down. The one that I got, the Blading All Day Lip Stain, is $22, and I don't really know if this is going to be worth it or not. There's been some interesting things that I've been able to do with this, like lining the lips with it first and then leaving that on a little bit and then going in with the color over the rest of my lip. And that gives you a little bit more of that defined outline of the lip, which seems to be popular now. I don't know that I liked the way that looked. I felt like it really stood out. It was not as nice as when you just go in with a lip liner and can kind of blend that into the fuller part of your lip. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Let's get into it right now. This is the packaging. This is what it looks like when you pull it out, and you kind of have to go in. This is not what I'm seeing on the internet when the women are doing it. Like, they go on with it one coat and it's perfect. I have found that you have to go in a couple of times. Something that I noticed initially when I first started using this, and I don't know if it's something about my lips or not. Also, how am I talking while I'm doing this? But I found that the inner part of my lip, it's almost like it soaked up more color and it was darker and it didn't look right. I'm going on the second coat. It's because what's on there right now looks super uneven. I've seen people overline with this, and I tried that and it just didn't really show up on my skin, so maybe I shouldn't be so worried about getting it out there. It's something you can try. It might work for you. So if you have tried this, did you have the same results where it was darker on the inner portion? Like Raw Beauty Christie calls it like your butthole mouth. It's so gross. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. That's basically 3 coats. It gives a little bit of a tingly feel when you first apply it, and I thought, oh, is this gonna be like a plumper type thing? Because it's sort of like a small percentage plumpery feeling, and it doesn't plump and the tingling goes away, but you want to leave this on for, I would say, like about a minute. And the darker the color you get, like this is more of a natural, neutral sort of, almost like my lips, but better pink. It's really not that noticeable. The darker the color that you get, you probably need to leave it on a little bit less. This is the only shade I have. It's the only one I'm talking about right now, so simmer down if your experience is different. This is where I'm at. I have left this on for like 4 or 5 minutes while I'm getting ready, while I'm walking around, while I'm getting dressed, while I'm finishing my hair, putting jewelry on. And it does leave a little bit more of a darker color by doing that than just a minute. When I first tried this, I was super nervous about it, and I think I left it on only for like 45 seconds, and you couldn't hardly tell there was anything there at all. I've seen people do this number to try to get it to dry quicker, which I guess if you're in a hurry, okay. They have lots of different top glosses on their website too. Now this is $22 just for the lip stain itself, but they've got pretty top glosses on here too. However, the clear plain gloss one is $23. So you're paying $1 more for the gloss to go on top of it than the actual color product. I kind of feel like that's a little strange. They have a brow stain. They've got different glosses that go on top that have like red glitter or gold glitter, even a blue glitter one. I would be interested in playing around with more stuff. I am actually interested in trying other colors. I think I'm going to wait till Black Friday and hopefully it'll go on sale. But the thing about it being at Sephora now that kind of pissed me off, for my local Sephora, the only one in town that I have is one of these that's in a Kohl's store, so it's obviously not as well stocked as your average like full-on Sephora store. But not only did they not have them yet in this location, and the day that they were supposed to re-release there, the girl looked at me like she'd never heard of it before, so that was frustrating. But online on Sephora, on their app, on the website, everything, they don't have all the colors available. They have a limited number of colors. I want to say like maybe 9 or 10 shades, and there's a lot more available online, and I would really very much like to get in store and do some swatching. And the 2 or 3 other colors I'm interested in, of course, are not for sale at Sephora. So, okay, I've got the wet wipe, and if I get close up to the mirror, I can see that this is starting to crack, primarily because I'm running my mouth so much. That's your clue that you're ready to wipe it off. You're not going to get it all off in one wipe like you see in the advertisements. That, my friends, is creative editing. So, I think I've got it all. Do you notice anything? Do you see it at all? Does it look like I have any extra additional new color on my lips? No. But it's natural. It is a little bit deeper than my lip color. So I know it's there. I know it's a little bit different, but different enough to make it worth $22? No, not this. Hey, me, real quick. I was editing and it occurred to me, I want to show you guys that you can actually swatch this and kind of get an idea of what the colors are going to look like, even just from a swatch. And then I also thought that I'm really hard on this, and I think a lot of it is because the color shade. So I want to show you what this looks like on just half of my lips and leave the other half blank, and then that way you can see how similar it is to my own lip color and just take that into account with my overall review and the results that I'm getting. I feel like every time I see an ad for this, it's another shade that I like better than what I picked. And so it makes me question, that's a good look. So it makes me question as to, is this a product problem, or is it just that I really picked a shade too similar to my own lips? All right, so let's let this dry and then you'll be able to see how similar it is. Okay, so it's been on for a couple of minutes. Let's look at the swatch first. I'm just taking a regular old wet wipe. Isn't that kind of cool how you can see that? It's the shade Lovely. And now let's look at the difference on the lips. It's virtually my lip color, just a little bit darker. Maybe even this helps you see the difference in the way the application is, like it looks a little darker on the lower lip. Take that into account. Just for this shade in particular, I'm using it up because I bought it, but I definitely wouldn't buy this one again. $22 is a lot of money to spend on a lip product. I am interested in stains and I'm gonna try other ones, but this is what I'm talking about. Now, you'll even notice that the bottom lip, can you tell that it looks a little bit darker than the top lip? So like, is my lip skin absorbing this stuff differently? Next thing I want to show you is going around the edges and how that kind of lip line stain looks. So bear with me while I do this very carefully. Now that is a wide line for a lip line. I get it. You could go in with a separate lip brush and do it like really fine if you want that, but I want this to kind of blend in more, especially on the top where it looks a little lighter. It's so funny. In the camera, it looks like I have a mustache. I'm gonna go in with a pointy Q-tip and kind of clean that edge. Now I'm gonna just try and even it out a little bit. The product itself is really thin, so it spreads out on your lip like water. And I think, unfortunately, that for me, it looks like that leads to sort of an uneven application. Okay, it's not perfect, but let's see what that does. It's okay, it's only the internet. You can even see how the stain on the cloth is blue where you wipe it, but then it kind of turns this little bit of a pinky shade. So they have I'm sitting here looking at their website while I'm waiting for this to dry completely, and I look so ridiculous. I love it. They have this Wonder Blading Brow Stain and Go Mask, and you know how I am about brows and brow products. Don't you hate it when people on the internet say, if you know me or you guys know me? Like, no, we don't. It drives me nuts. I'm sorry I just said that, but I'm super loco about brow products because that's how this whole channel started. If you've been here since day one, my very first video was complaining about blonde brow products and how they're not blonde, or too many varying shades of blonde or green. All right, let's wipe this off. Let's see what it does. So I really don't know that I see a whole lot of difference there at all. When I have done just the Wonderskin as a liner first and then gone in like with just a clear gloss or even a tinted gloss that something is light like this shade of pink is, you definitely see it more. So maybe it's because I didn't do it first, but ultimately at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You guys see the results. I've been wearing this for about a week or two now, and I can tell you that it is not lasting all day and it is not food proof. The first time I wore it, we went and had Chipotle for lunch afterwards, and I just had a salad. It wasn't a super big greasy meal, and the product was completely gone. So I'm going to show you what it looks like throughout the day today. Now, just because my lips are sort of dry with wiping it off with a wet cloth, I'm going to go in with just a little bit of the NYX Clear. This is their Butter Gloss line. So you can see what it looks like with a little bit of shine to it. It's not that it's a matte formula. It's just, you've been wiping your lips repeatedly to get this product off, and that leaves your lips dry. I don't want to go in with a whole lot of this gloss because I don't want it to interfere with the longevity of the product. But also I want to be realistic in how you and I are going to be wearing this product throughout the day. I think once I put the gloss on, it looks a little bit more like I have a lipstick on, and you can see the color comes through a little bit more. So that's pretty. Let me get on with my day here, and I'll come back and see you a couple of times, and we'll check in like after eating and stuff like that, how it's progressed. So it occurred to me I didn't do the like kiss on the hand thing that everybody does to show that there's no transfer. I assure you there would have been no transfer, but I did just eat about half a plate of nachos, and I feel like it lasted really well through that. Now that's kind of greasy anyway, so the gloss is still there, but after eating, pretty good. You can see the outline of the gloss from the lips there, but no color transfer. So that's where we're at right now. I'm really pleased to see that the color didn't go away as much. And I really think that maybe the first time I did it, where I mentioned about having gone to Chipotle and eating a salad, that the color was completely gone. I left it on only about a minute that time, and I didn't do multiple layers of it. So maybe that's the difference here, but yeah, that's where we're at so far after eating greasy nachos. Oof, my stomach. Okay, so this has been on for about 5 hours now. I haven't done any kind of touching up, and you can tell there's really basically nothing left, and the bottom lip just looks a little bit darker than the top. I don't think there's any kind of remnants of what I tried to do with the liner for it. So I think this is the last update that I'm going to give. It's not exactly something that's going to give you color all day. Bring it with you if you're going to use it. It will give solid color for a couple of hours. And if you put enough applications of it on, I think it will last okay through a meal. But I mean, it's not bad, but I just don't think it's worth $22. And I'm interested in trying other stains to see how they perform. Honestly, I don't know. Unless I were to be able to swatch something at like a Sephora in the color or the shade that I want, I definitely wouldn't buy online again without being able to test it in some way first. So I know there's other brands out there. I'm not even going to say them in this video. Maybe that would be a good video to consider doing in the future. It's like a comparison of lip stains. If you have experience with this particular brand, and you've really had good luck with it, tell me how you're using it and what color you have, because I'm curious. I want to make it work. I already have it, but it's not practical out for the most part usually, because who wants to walk around with that blue stain on your lips for a while, and who carries wet wipes to wipe the stain off? You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's it, guys. Quick one product review. I hope you like this one. I have several others, so check them out. And I think I have a whole playlist dedicated to one products. Yeah, I do. Go there, look at that, watch those, subscribe, hit the like button. It helps. I appreciate you. See you in the next one. Bye.